Taurus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal astrology forecast for the 12th of October through the 18th. My name is Athen. So this is, of course, for Sidereal astrology. If you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description because your sign might be different. All right, Taurus, let's have a look at this week. Another very powerful week of these past couple months of the eclipses, and of now all of these squares and oppositions that have been taking place this month in October. But this week looks actually very supportive, all things being considered. As you can see, there's a lot of support, a lot of blue energies here, which I'll talk about. A nice conjunction between Mars and Jupiter later in the week, and a new moon on Monday. So let's go ahead and talk about this new moon. It's taking place in Virgo, which is your fifth house of self-expression. So there's definitely some new things unfolding with the way you express yourself, the way you create. It could be entrepreneurial. It could be romantic. It could be, if you have children, it could be something relating to your children in your life. Whatever it is, it's essentially anything that we enjoy or something we created or create in this life. And it's usually the things that our heart is connected to, we're very passionate about. So there's new things shaping up with that. And it is, this new moon is part of the squaring energy of this week. It's going to be opposing up to Uranus and squaring up to Pluto. Now, one thing I want to say about this is that this can be a very constructive new moon, and it's all about how we approach it. So my best advice with this is, with these new things shaping up there, maybe there's some things about stepping into your power, about making change with it, and that's what Pluto really shows us, is how to make change. And with the square, it may not come easy, but it's needed. And I think we're feeling that this early part of the week, and it can be done. And through that, it does support us very much, because the square, especially T-square, it's a strong element. It's all about action, which leads to foundations in our life. The square is a lot like the energy of Saturn. But anyways, with that and this opposition up to Uranus, it's also about grounding your ideals. The 11th house is our hopes and wishes, ideals. Could even be things you've been working on with networking or group-related stuff, and seeing that there really is no difference between when we're expressing ourselves in that passionate way, it's also what the world needs, or what the group needs, or what our ideals are really in line with. It's about balancing this, these two energies, and seeing that there's really no difference between the two. And all of that can be very freeing. It's a lot of freedom when it comes to those visions and ideals, when it is grounded and you are, in this sense, able to express yourself from your true self. So that's what this new moon really symbolizes, and this early part of the week, I think, will really emphasize that. All of this has been in flux since Mercury's been retrograde in your fifth house. So if you feel like you've been having to rework on your self-expression or your business or whatever it is in that fifth house, that's perfectly normal with Mercury retrograde. But now that stuff starts to move forward this week, now that Mercury's direct, and you'll start to feel that energy moving forward for you. So it's slow and steady. The new moon is a lowering of energies, but as the week unfolds, that energy begins to gain motivation, just more, energy to be used. Now, one thing I want to say about that, though, is that Mars is at the bottom of your chart actually right now, which isn't the best place for Mars. He likes to be at the top. So if you do feel your energy levels are lower, as they have been over the past couple months, it's perfectly normal with Mars here at the bottom. But he's going to start to make his way towards the top of your chart now. And so as this week unfolds, as the coming months unfold, you'll feel your motivation and your energy going back to its normal levels. But Mars is well aspected this week, so it could be an exception, which I'll talk about. So that's the first half of the week. Also, this first half of the week, too, I want to mention with Mercury, who's now going direct, he's still sextiling Saturn. So with Saturn now going into your seventh house for the next couple of years, it's all about building solid foundations with your relationships, new ones, existing ones, all types of relationships. And that looks quite supportive this week. So when you are approaching things in that way, all of that is supporting whatever it is you're expressing or creating or involved with here in that fifth house, with Saturn sextiling that Mercury. Mercury's still close to the North Node, so things are shaping up and changing and continuing to be modified about how you express yourself. But you'll notice the energy flowing a lot easier as the week unfolds. So that's the first half. The second half of the week, around Wednesday and Thursday, things look a little bit different. Mars, like I said, conjoins up to Jupiter. And what's so nice about this is that Jupiter has been trining up to Pluto. Very nice aspect. With just Jupiter and Pluto, this is all about possibility to our life path, things changing for the better. And I think we're seeing that. I think we're feeling that. And I think there is motivation to change, especially the second half. So very supportive, lots of good energy there. And for you, it might have to do with relationships, which is Mars, might have to do with your contracts, legal matters, It could have to do with spirituality. Maybe you're finding that you can get more alone time, more rest, or there's more of that in the daily sphere of things. And more importantly, it's all happening in the area of the fourth house, which is home. It's family, it's past. Some of you might be moving. Maybe there's an opportunity to do that. Maybe some of you might be renovating, new family members. Something is expanding here for you because Mars over Jupiter in the fourth house is quite nice. It does often mean some sort of at least optimism. It can be an actual thing. It depends on your personal chart, but at the very least optimism about it, which can be used very constructively with this trine up to Pluto. So if you've been thinking about making change in this sector, home, family, past roots, it's a great second part of the week to do that. And there might be some uncertainty with it though. Venus is going to be opposing up to Neptune this second half of the week, Friday and Saturday. And so maybe we don't have everything figured out. And this has been the theme for the past 2 months. Oppositions up to Neptune. Now, Venus is the last of the planets. In fact, she's already done this 3 times because she was retrograde over this position. So now she's the last of the planets to oppose up to Neptune. So the confusion will start to lift. But this later part of the week, it's nothing new. It's integration. You're already familiar with it. It has a lot to do with you. It is your ruler. So, yeah, relaxing into the unknown, especially around the home family and especially around career in the future with that. But Neptune's showing you the importance of having faith and trust with those things. And the more willing you are to relax into that unknown, then this becomes very comforting, a very relaxing, and a very spiritual time for you to move forward with this very important axis of your chart, the foundations in life, and where we're going in the future. So that's the second half of the week. Let me go ahead and see here. Yeah, I think the high point is really going to be this, expansion with the relationship stuff, one-on-one connections, Mars conjoining up to Jupiter, while having that faith and trust. So second half of the week, I think, will be a big key for you. But the first half, things are coming into fruition. New things are coming about with that creativity, self-expression, and fifth house stuff. And that's going to continue as we go into the next few weeks with the sun still transiting this part of your chart. All right, Taurus. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.